Thank you so much for joining us here on What's Trending. We'll be telling you conversations happening on the digital platform and starting it from the very top. The first trend we have today is Moi Girls Inferno, which we just spoke about a few minutes ago. Then we have Chan 2018. We'll be telling you what this is all about. Then we have North Korea trending since Saturday morning. Then we have Instagram accounts hacked. We'll be telling you more about what that incident has led to, and also a video for you called The Money Fight. So let's pick it from the very beginning. On Friday morning, as one of our reporters was telling us, was an ugly incident that happened in Moi Girls High School, where about 8 students died and dozens of others injured and admitted in hospital. So this morning we're looking at what Kenyans are saying on the social media platforms. And here we have Kamis K1 saying, hashtag Moi Girls Inferno. It's so painful to die in the school, and worst of all, die a death. You have no idea about the cause. God is watching over you, angels. Remember, these were Form 1 students who just joined the school a few weeks ago, and it was a sad incident. I mean, for people, for students joining the school, joining high school for the very first time, and having to die in such a painful death. Here we have an apologetic Martin says, may the souls that perished in the Moi Girls Inferno find eternal peace. What we are told currently is that Form 4 students will be going back to school on Friday to prepare for their KCSE exams, as the rest of the school will be closed for about 2 weeks as they also try to find the reason behind the fire. Then we have Fidel here, says, Moi Girls Inferno reminds me that nurses are still on strike for the millionth month now. Politicians are still in campaign mode. Meaning he wanted to say campaign, but rephrasing it into a campaign mode. Let's look at the next story, which is about Instagram accounts were hacked. Remember, Instagram has about 700 million account holders, and 6 million of these were hacked, and most of which were from celebrities. The mobile numbers, their email addresses were accessed, and also they were put in an accessible database where people could get their emails and also phone numbers. This new development, of course, has caused security concerns with people who have accounts on Instagram, asking how safe is this platform and how will they be able to make sure that their details are safe from all the hacking from the hackers. And then we can look at some of the tweets on Instagram. Let's look at some of the tweets on the Instagram post. Remember, some of the accounts which were hacked were mainly of actors, musicians, and athletes. Some of the actors whose accounts were hacked was Emma Watson, Leonardo DiCaprio, musicians including Beyonce, Lady Gaga, Rihanna, athletes including Floyd Mayweather. So some of the hackers, of course, says, according to Instagram, they said that only verified accounts had been hacked, but this changed this morning when they announced that even non-verified accounts had been hacked, and some of this information had been leaked onto the public, and most of the information is out there. So let's go to the next trend, which is Chan 2018. So the Confederation of African Football was scheduled to hold the tournament, a friendly tournament, next year in January and February. But this has been cancelled after the Supreme Court, of course, annulled the presidential election 2017. The reason why they said they cancelled this was because they were not sure of the environment in which they'd be holding this tournament next year. And Kenyans had something to say. Kenya here says, why should CAF cancel Chan 2018? That's totally unfair. Their excuse being Supreme Court judgment and current political situation. Remember, the Supreme Court ruling, of course, caused a number of changes in the activities that were supposed to happen this year and, of course, part of next year. Sport Clean here says, so politics made into its way into football even after Nyamweya Oster. Chan 2018 sliding away. So remember, what was cancelled is not the tournament itself, but the inspection, which was scheduled to happen this Thursday. So they said they'll announce a new date for the Chan 2018 championships after the inspection and, of course, after assessing the situation to find out if they can still go ahead with the championships after the inspection. So let's look at another tweet here. Megaphil says, hate to say this, but CAF Online should not only cancel the inspection, but drop Kenya from hosting Chan 2018, the Maraga decision. Of course, some of the changes that happened, and also the second Vice President, Constant Omaris, said he was going to assess the political and security situation in the country, and he just jetted into the country yesterday, and we have yet to hear more on what his findings will be. And one last tweet here from Kamoga, who says, was Kenya ready for Chan 2018 anywhere? Yes. So let's move on to the next trend of North Korea. So North Korea tested one of its very strongest nuclear tests in the country. That was the 6th nuclear test, causing a 6.3 tremor in the country, which of course did not go very well with the United States and of course the neighboring countries. And Donald Trump of course went to Twitter, as he normally does, and said South Korea is finding, as I have told them, that their talk of appeasement with North Korea will not work. They only understand one thing. Remember, many countries are trying to stop them from testing these nuclear bombs, which of course are going to infect the environment and the neighboring countries. Also another tweet from Donald Trump here, who says the United States is considering, in addition to other options, stopping all trade with any country doing business with North Korea. Remember also the UN Secretary Antonio Guterres said the test was profoundly destabilizing the regional security, and of course they're going to be having a meeting this morning to discuss the situation in North Korea. Then we have Jake Highwell here, who says if Bill Clinton took North Korea seriously in the 90s, we wouldn't be in this position. Instead, he cared about Monica and Sigas. So that's his opinion right there. Then let's have another tweet still on the same. 0 Hour says North Korea would not have had a nuclear weapon if the last 3 presidents had not been lazy. And of course, he tagged Bill Clinton, George Bush, and Barack Obama. So